So guess what? Kash Patel was just confirmed to be Trump's FBI director. This is a pretty terrible development for anyone who is concerned about our Constitution, who is against authoritarianism, who is against corruption, and who is against people who are blindly obedient to Donald Trump. So CNN reports the Senate voted on Thursday to confirm Patel as FBI director, installing a staunch loyalist of President Trump and conservative firebrand at the head of the nation's top law enforcement agency. The Senate voted 51-49 to confirm Patel, with Republican Senators Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski joining Democrats in voting against his confirmation. Those would be the usual suspects, along with Mitch McConnell, but I guess Mitch McConnell voted yes on him. Disappointing, Mitch. Shame on you. The nomination faced intense scrutiny from Democrats on Capitol Hill, who've warned that Patel is poised to use the position to seek retribution against Trump's perceived political enemies. That is a well-founded warning. They are correct. The guy worships Trump. He wrote a children's book depicting Trump as a king. That is very concerning. If someone were nominated by President Biden or President Obama who had done that about them, how would Republicans feel about that? They would be outraged. They would be like, look at this bootlicker. They worship the government. They worship Obama. They worship Biden. This is Nazi Germany all over again. You know who else was loved by their people in their administration and idolized like this? Hitler, Stalin. So yeah, this is just a terrible pick all around, and the Democrats are right to give unique scrutiny toward him. He's worse than pretty much all the others, honestly. Worse than RFK Jr., probably worse than Matt Gaetz. I'll just say that. He's someone who's going to weaponize the FBI against his political opponents, all in the guise of being anti-corruption. During his Senate confirmation hearing, Patel said there will be no politicization at the FBI and no retributive actions, and accused Democrats of cherry-picking excerpts of old comments. Quote, snippets of information are often misleading, Patel said at one point. Oh, because if he promises it, it must be what's going to happen, right? Trump promised the Russia-Ukraine war would be over with within 24 hours of him taking office, and that didn't happen. But yeah, let's all just take Kash Patel at his word for it. He's telling it like it is. He's not going to do retribution. He's not going to have politicization. Now, he's against politicization from the left. If he wants to turn the FBI into basically a far-right gang of thugs, then that's okay in his eyes. That's not politicization, and Trump supporters won't look at it as such. So he just wants to get any leftists out of government. But he's totally okay with having far-right thugs running the government, the FBI. The role of FBI director is supposed to be a 10-year term to insulate the position from politics. But after winning back the White House, Trump made clear that he wanted then FBI Chief Chris Wray out, leading Wray to resign and paving the way for Patel to be confirmed. So I think Wray was appointed back in 2017 by Trump, and he kept a pretty low profile. I mean, how much have you thought about Chris Wray? How much have you heard about him? He's not really in the media much, because he's a little more of a normal guy than Kash Patel. Republicans have defended Trump's pick to lead the FBI, arguing that Patel will bring needed transparency to the FBI and dismissing controversial past statements as hyperbole. Well, you know it's not hyperbole that Kash Patel said that he refused to say that Joe Biden won the election. He said that from 2021 to 2025, Joe Biden was president, but he did not say that Joe Biden won the election. That's because he is an election denier. He did that in 2020, and now he's like, okay, I'll meet you halfway. I'll say Joe Biden was president, but I'm not going to say that he won. That's what he was doing in his Senate confirmation hearing. Senator Peter Welch, credit where it's due, was grilling him on this, and he was like, yeah, what do you want me to say? Biden was president. Like, he just wouldn't say Biden won. But he'd say other presidents won and that they were president, but Biden's president. So this guy is election denying filth. Now, some people have referred to him as Trash Patel, and I just want to say that I would never refer to Kash Patel as Trash Patel. I think that's really uncouth and really unnecessary to refer to this guy as Trash Patel. I mean, it's like calling him trash. That's really not very nice at all. Don't call Kash Patel Trash Patel, please. Let's be civil. Keep the kid gloves on, okay? Senate Republicans have now approved a slate of nominees who initially faced questions over whether they would be able to win confirmation, including RFK Jr. as Secretary of Health and Human Services, Pete Hegseth as defense secretary, and Tulsi Gabbard as director of national intelligence. Yeah, I'd argue Kash Patel is worse than all three of those. Pete Hegseth gives him some tough competition because Pete Hegseth is really not bright. You just listen to the guy talk and it's like, whoa! Like David Pakman was covering it. He was going on this like 8th grade style like tangent about hard power and soft power. It was totally embarrassing and totally unbecoming. Kash Patel is worse because Kash Patel is a Trump loyalist just like Hegseth, but he's being put in a position where it's like, okay, now he can really screw things up within the country. And I think people are a little more concerned about that than they are about things outside of the country. We're just more fearful of domestic authoritarianism than international follies at the moment because America is a superpower. And I don't know how much Pete Hegseth can screw that up. But if our own government is turning against us and he wants to use the military on the enemy from within, that's really concerning. We do not want Kash Patel in power. As a Republican congressional aide and Trump national security staffer, Patel fought to declassify and release documents to try to undercut the FBI's investigation into connections between Russia and the 2016 Trump campaign. During his confirmation hearing, Democrats focused in on Patel's record in TV interviews, podcast interviews, his books, and social media posts of calling for punishments against the people he believes are part of the deep state that has attempted to undermine Trump. Okay, that is cryptic as hell. The deep state, we're just going to punish the deep state. We're not just going to punish run-of-the-mill average Joe Trump critics. We're just going to punish the deep state. Would he just say, oh, now average people who have nothing to do with the government, they're actually pawns of the deep state, so we get to punish them. We're going to sick the FBI on them and ruin their lives, throw them in prison. I wouldn't put it past this guy. I wouldn't put it past this guy because he's a psychopath and a pro-Trump loyalist. Now, look, better safe than sorry, you know. I bet people are predicting some stuff that's going to happen under him that won't happen under him. I get it. Sometimes there are some people who seem way more extreme off the bat before they take office and then turn out to be more moderate. But we don't want to bank on that. We want to prepare for the worst possible outcome. So everyone, know your constitutional rights. Make sure that people know that this guy is an embarrassment, that he should not be in power, and be ready to stand up for yourself because this is pretty insane. They raised concerns about what they called an enemies list from Patel's 2023 book. 2023, the distant year of, 1 year and 3 months ago. Yeah, this is concerning. Government Gangsters. That's the title of the book. CNN has reported that some of the 60 officials on that list are taking drastic steps to protect their families, fearing that Patel will weaponize his FBI powers. You know what? They're not wrong to do that. Even if he doesn't weaponize his powers, they've been given good reason to do what they did. Quote, I have no interest, no desire, and will not, if confirmed, go backwards, Patel said. There will be no politicization at the FBI. There will be no retributive actions taken should I be confirmed as the FBI director. He later said, it's not an enemies list. That is a total mischaracterization. Right, buddy. So you're not pulling a Richard Nixon. You gotta moderate in order to get those votes. Fortunately for him, he only lost Collins and Murkowski. He should have lost more. This guy should have gotten 0 votes. But I was hoping more Republican senators would defect. Americans, you've been warned. My fellow Americans, Kash Patel is not the guy you want leading the FBI. I won't call him Trash Patel, but there are some people who do. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, please like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you in my next video.